If you're excited about the OC vibe and want to live as close to it as possible, I have found the perfect community for you. It is a community here in Anaheim in the Platinum Triangle with 4 amazing floor plans that are some of the most unique floor plans I've seen here in OC. Today, we're going to talk about the location, where they are, what's great about this community. We're going to do a tour of all the floor plans, and I'll let you know how you can get in touch with me so we can get a private tour scheduled for you. And if you're new here, I'm Monica, local resident of Anaheim and real estate agent here in our beautiful city. I keep you updated on all the latest happenings here in Anaheim. So if you want to stay updated, make sure you're subscribed so you could see future videos. But let's get back into this one. So we're here in the Brio community inside of A-Town here in Anaheim. And the location is main cross streets are going to be Catella and State College. It's super close access to the 5 freeway off of Catella. And just on the other side of the 5 freeway, you're going to be really close to a lot of things. Of course, one of those things being Disneyland, which is not even 2 miles away from the home. You could probably walk there. It might take you a little while, but you could definitely walk there or take an e-bike. Definitely close enough for that. You've also got the Anaheim Garden Walk. You've got all of the hotels that are out there that have fantastic restaurants and bars. So if you want that kind of scene, it's a really great spot for that. Not only that, if we go the other direction on Catella, we're across the street from Angel Stadium. And going up the street a little bit more, you'll get up to Honda Center, which is going to be the home of the OC Vibe. So if you want to be in all of the latest happenings, that's where you want to be. Some new updates on that as well. But I do hear there's some things opening up later this year and even in 2027. So I think we also need to do another update on that video, but you could check out, I have 2 videos on the OC Vibe. You can always check those out as well if you want more information. Now, of course, when you move into a new home, you've got to know what's nearby as far as what grocery stores are near you. Now, something about the Platinum Triangle, and in my opinion, I feel like it's Anaheim in general, hard to find a good grocery store. For me, you know, there's no health-related grocery stores, so there's not like a Whole Foods nearby, nothing like that. So we do need that. Retailers, if you're listening, we need this, okay? Platinum Triangle definitely does not have a lot of grocery stores. Now, there's 2 stores that are probably going to be your home stores, and you're going to have an Albertson upstate College a little bit. It's about a 2-mile drive. It's about an 8-minute drive. Or if you want to go the opposite direction into Garden Grove, there's one on, I think it's Hastur and Chapman, Devons. So that one's a little less than 2 miles, but about the same drive time. And of course, if you want to work out, there's only a couple of gyms nearby. You have 24-hour fitness, which is just up the street. You could definitely walk there, get your cardio in before your session. Or if you want to go to the Garden Walk, the UFC Fit gym is there, and a little bit longer of a walk, but you could walk there too, or run, whatever floats your boat. And then, as I mentioned, we're also really close to the 5 freeway. We're also pretty close to the 57 and the 22, so you're in great access to anywhere in Orange County. This is very centrally located, so highly desirable for that reason. Let's talk about the community Brio in general, because it's a smaller community within A-Town. There's 73 units within the community. It's a relatively small, and this community is planned to be built within a year. They just opened in April of 2025, and they're expected to be completed by April of 2026. So if this is a community you're interested in, you definitely need to reach out to me sooner rather than later before you miss out. These are some really cool floor plans, and we'll get into those a little bit later. But first, let's talk a little bit more about why this community is so awesome. So within the community of A-Town, what makes Brio stand out is that they're actually going to have their own pool. So this is not a shared amenity with any of the other communities within here. It's just going to be for Brio. It's still under construction now. I'm not sure when it's going to be completed, but I would hope at least by April of next year when everyone else has moved in. And then there are also several parking spots throughout the community. Parking is actually by permit only. So you're going to be highly encouraged to park inside your garage because the parking spots are going to be permitted only, and there's a limited number of parking spots. So you can't park overnight unless you have that permit. And the cost of the permit is $300 for the year, and that could be renewable, but you do have to pay that yearly. Other things to know about this community is it does have a tax rate that's slightly higher than most of Anaheim. The Platinum Triangle, there's a lot of construction going on here and a lot of needed infrastructure. And for that reason, they have a special tax called the Mello-Roos. So that is a tax that takes care of infrastructure, schools, stuff like that around a new community. So that is something that you will see here. The standard tax rate for Anaheim is about 1.1%. 1%. And the Melrose tax is going to add an additional, depending on the plan that you choose, it's going to be $2,334 for the year on the plan 1, up to the plan 4, $3,775 for the year. Divide that by 12, your payment's going to be an additional $200 to $300 more a month, in addition to your regular 1.1% tax rate. So keep that in mind. Another item to keep in mind is your total HOA is $653 a month. I hate to break it to you, but that is a pretty high HOA for Anaheim. We typically see HOAs around $400 to $500 a month in a lot of condo communities. So this one is a little bit higher. I'm not sure the reason why, because you're not getting any extra, really any extra amenities, are like, you're not getting trash paid for you, nothing like that. So you're paying all your utilities yourself. Unfortunately, that's one of the cons of this community, but you also get a really nicely manicured community that is, it's like perfect here. Now let's talk about the models themselves. So there's 4 modeled homes here in Brio. Each of them have their own different elevations, so you can have the different exterior, but there's 4 models. So they may slightly vary between elevations, but for the most part, they're the same floor plan. So there's 3 and 4 bedroom floor plans, and each of them have a bonus space. So that's something that they all have in common. I would say the first 2 are very similar to each other, and the last 2 are only similar in the fact that they have 4 bedrooms. What I love about these is that they are very spacious. They really put in a lot of storage solutions, especially in the kitchen. They've added walk-in pantries to every single floor plan, and every single floor plan also has bonus spaces, whether it be a bonus space downstairs or like the one we're in right now on the 3rd level of plan 4. There's some really smart areas in here that make it a little bit different, that stand out from the rest of tri-level communities that are being built across Anaheim and Orange County. So I like seeing stuff that's different. I also like seeing smart upgrades, especially with storage solutions. I'm really excited to show you the floor plan, so let's get started into our plan 1. All right, first let's get into residence number 1. We're at 1,665 square feet, 3 beds, 2.5 baths. And as you step into your bonus room as well. So this is a very common feature I'm seeing in new construction these days, having this bonus room downstairs. It's kind of nice that you're not just walking into the stairs, so that's great. There's also a 2-car garage access here, and it is a side-by-side. They call it a 2-bay garage. A little storage closet in this floor plan, and it's nice just having a window in here too. It doesn't make it feel so dark, and ceilings feel pretty tall too. But let's get up to the 2nd level. That's where all the fun happens, because it's where the kitchen's at. Open floor plan, nothing new, okay, but it is nice and spacious. Again, really tall ceilings. I think this will be like 9-foot ceiling. And then of course you've got this chef's kitchen. So quartz countertops, shaker cabinets, of course your stainless steel appliances. Keep in mind, Lennar is one of those companies that includes a lot into their homes, but you are gonna see some upgrades in this home. I know flooring's upgraded, backsplash is something that you can upgrade as well. You might see it and say, oh, I really like that, but then you'll see the price and maybe not. Who knows? But I love this floor plan for the kitchen because it kind of feels a little smaller over here, storage-wise, but then you turn around and you've got 2 things. You've got this amazing hutch here. This is fantastic storage, but you also have a walk-in pantry. I mean, can you imagine organizing this just like on TV? I can only dream. And of course, your guests would get to use the half bath here, heading into the living room. It kind of feels cozy in here. It feels a little smaller. I mean, you've got the depth of the stairs that kind of eats into the living room area, but it's still a good space. This is a big couch. This is a big coffee table. If you change the furniture around, you'll have way more space to move around. That's also a really big TV hutch. And then also, if you were to change your dining room table as well, that one's a pretty big dining room table, but you can have a lot more space if you wanted to have more people. But this is still a really good space. And then of course, you have to have outdoor space these days. If you're not gonna get a backyard, at least a balcony is fantastic. More storage, more storage. We love storage. And then up to the 3rd level where we will find all 3 bedrooms and the laundry. Let's go. All right, so you've heard me before. This is one of my gripes that they do in new construction is a laundry closet with no room for storage. I still don't know where to put the laundry detergent. I guess maybe you could put like something, like a little cabinet right there. I don't know. There's no room for it. I don't get it. Lennar, put in storage. Anywho. Standard bedroom, but let's just admire the decor because all the light fixtures in here are really pretty and I love the wallpaper and the decor that they put in. So standard room, this is probably about, I don't know, looks about like 11 by 10.5, trying to get exact. Next room is about the same size. Again, let's appreciate the beautiful decor that they put in here to get ideas for your future home. You've got your shared bath here. Don't worry, there's a door that gets put in. This is a model home. They don't put doors in model home, but this is a nice size bathroom. So you've got your shower tub combo. They updated this one with the nice, be called like a penny tile flooring. If you didn't get it upgraded, it would be just like a standard tile. I think it's like a 12 by 12. And then the best room, the primary suite. Nice and big, but there's something that I really want to do. No, it's bugging me. It's bugging me. Anyway, walk-in closet on this one. I love this walk-in closet. They have a little bit of built-ins in here, but that's standard. And then we've got the primary ensuite. The shower, you gotta take a look at this, huge. I feel like if you wanted to turn that into a bathtub / shower, there'd be enough room. But as you know, in new construction, they don't put tubs anymore. But yeah, this was plan 1. Let's check out plan 2. All right, now we're at residence 2. This is slightly bigger than the first one we just saw, about 200 square feet bigger and very similar floor plan, just on a little bit grander scale. So we're in the den downstairs. You remember that on the last one. This one, there's a lot more room. This one actually feels like a bedroom. Like you could actually fit an entire room here. This is a nice spacious area. Same, you've got your 2-car garage as well. Very similar in everything. I mean, you even have the storage closet here. And upstairs, we will see our open floor plan living area. But we are first greeted with the powder room. And I always appreciate the decor, very artsy. Oh, I see a seam in the wallpaper. But here we go, this grand open floor plan. Now this is nice. Definitely feels like the other unit, but this one, you would fit a lot of people. This kitchen though, the amount of counter space in this kitchen is unreal. You have plenty of room in this kitchen. Speaking of kitchen, with the stainless steel appliances, as I mentioned, Lennar includes everything. That means your refrigerator's included too. That's kind of neat. One less expense. But let's kind of look at some of that storage over here, because you've got this little bar space as well, just like in the last one. And an even bigger pantry. Slightly bigger, but I like these walk-in pantries, are really handy. And this living room, this almost feels like the same couch, but bigger. And this coffee table, I'm 5'3". This is as big as me, okay? Just so you can see how big this living room is. Okay, up to level 3. I forgot, of course, you have to have your outdoor patio. Very similar in size to the last one. Nice little escape to the outdoors. Storage closet. Again, we love storage because there is no storage. Drum roll, please. The laundry room. So your laundry closet. But hey, at least that's included. Then you've got the hall bath for the 2 shared bedrooms. And I love the tile, the hexagonal tile that they chose. It's really pretty. So again, very similar floor plan to the last. These bedrooms are probably about a foot bigger on each side. And this one feels a little bit bigger than that. So it's kind of nice that they increase the size. But now the primary suite. You have to check out this bathroom. You want to see how big this shower is? Here. So my hands. Okay. Remember, I'm 5'3". Can I? So that's pretty big. It's pretty big. And you got your dual vanity and your primary suite itself. I think this is a regular king. It doesn't seem that deep, so regular king, let's call it. So you still have plenty of room in here. You've got room for the nightstands, you have room for a dresser, but then around the corner is your walk-in closet. This is a little bigger than the shower. Just a little. I love these mirrored doors. Those are so handy. We should go on to residence 3. And now on to residence 3. This is the first of 2 4-bedroom floor plans, and we're at 2,100 square feet, and we got 4 beds, 3.5 bathrooms. Come on in, because this one feels pretty grand. One of the reasons I love this unit is that it's an end unit, so you're gonna get a lot more natural light, and you walk into a foyer instead of just an office space. So now you actually have a full bedroom downstairs. So that's how they've utilized the space here. And actually no, we have a full bathroom down here. So again, more storage here. That stayed the same in every floor plan so far. You've got your powder room for your guests here. Pretty run-of-the-mill standard. And then we've got an even grander open floor plan living area. I'm actually gonna start in this living room because I love what they did here. I just love the paneling and the molding that they did around the windows with this color. It's very classy. And then this dining room, you can actually fit a table this size, and there's plenty of room in the rest of the home. Now the kitchen, this is lovely. I love a nice big kitchen. My God, that sink is huge. I also love that they changed up the cabinetry in here. I'm just gonna assume this is an upgrade, but I love that these are a wood finish and everything that they put in is soft close. And of course, all your stainless steel appliances, including your refrigerator, that is included. And the bar area on this one is a little bit smaller, but you do have another walk-in pantry at the end over here. So you have all this counter space. I can only imagine this is really great if you have parties, because you could start your party line here, you get your plates, work all the way down, get all your food, and everybody can go sit down and eat. Really, really, really great layout for that. But here's a pantry. Just gonna stand in here so you can figure out the size. Again, 5'3", elbow space. All right. Now let's head over to the outdoor space. Let's not forget that. I just love all the windows. So much light in here. So your nice outdoor patio. Seems very similarly in size, but maybe slightly bigger than the last ones we've seen. More storage. We're not gonna see a laundry room at the top of the stairs, so that's nice. But we're gonna see a lot of storage. So this linen storage here, I love it. Like, you always need stuff. You always need storage to put stuff away. And these are really deep. It literally goes to the back here. You can put some big blankets in there, towels, whatever. And finally, an actual laundry room with cabinets, and you can put a full-size side-by-side washer dryer. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at all these cabinets. A window. Can you believe it? There's a window in here. Folding your laundry, looking at the neighbor saying, what's up? All right. And then your powder room, your hallway bathroom, your full bath for the 2 bedrooms on this wing of the home. They really like that hexagonal tile. And the bedroom sizes do feel kind of similar to the last one. They feel pretty spacious. Let's see the one on this side. Yeah, this one feels a little bit bigger. I like the little nook cut out right here. Cute little space. It's a good size room. A little bigger than the one next door. And then of course we've got, last but not least, the primary bedroom. So really nice space here. I love the fluted wall. I really like that they're doing that throughout the community. But of course it's an upgrade. Just letting you know it's a decorator item. We're gonna walk here into the closet so you can see the amount of space. Now there actually is room on the back side too, with some little storage shelves as well, and lots of windows in here. I love that. This gigantic bathroom, gigantic shower yet again. This one is about the same size as the last one I jumped into. Of course, you got your dual vanity, you got your toilet room, so they don't stink up the rest of the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? And Johnny, you're like right in the spot where it's kind of a dead space. I'll show you. Like, what do you put here? You could put more storage if you wanted to. But that's it for Residence 3. So let's check out the biggest model in just a sec. All right, now we're in for a treat because this is the biggest model here, Residence 4, another 4-bedroom, also an end unit, and the floor plan is going to stun you. Now, we're looking at just under 2,400 square feet, and it is distributed way differently, as you can already tell as you walk into your open floor plan. Now, you can kind of pan over to your right over there with the powder room for your guests, but let's just marvel at this open floor plan and of course, all of your windows. Now, I love this because obviously you've got your patio outside, you can have your barbecue, way easier to have people over so they're not wandering upstairs, seeing everything else in your home. This feels like a house. It feels detached, but it's not. You do have a neighbor on one side, but it just feels so different. It does not feel like a condo or a townhouse. Because of the floor plan situation, the kitchen is not as big. So the Residence 3 had a really grand kitchen. This one, not as big. So this island here, the counter space is not very large. You can only fit 2 bar stools here. I mean, let's be real. This is still a spacious kitchen. It's just obviously not as big as the last one. Another thing that I should bring up too, because the last community we walked through had all electric appliances, and Lennar went above and beyond and is actually putting in gas appliances here, which I hate electric because you can't warm up your tortilla, just not the same. But they kept the pantry on this unit too, just a little different setup. Still plenty of storage. You have the little bar area here, a little coffee station, however you want to handle that. And obviously you get your appliances as well, your dining space, and the living room. Again, because of the floor plan, it is a little bit different. It's a little bit smaller, so it is a little tighter down here. But of course, the pros and cons of it depends on you. Do you want to have the downstairs as your living space, or would you rather have it on the second level? But why don't we check out the second level so you can see what we're looking at here. It feels like a maze when we go up. So it's crazy to think that this has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms plus a bonus room. Okay, so we're gonna walk here. You go right into your linen storage. So this one has your closet. I know the last one we looked at had that really cool linen cabinetry. And we're gonna go into one of the bedrooms because it's really fun. It's like a little Jack and Jill bedroom. So this bedroom itself, the way that they staged it is great because you've got the bunk beds. You know kids are sharing this room. And there's 2 closets in this room. So each side has its own little closet. We got one here, got one here. And they're not terribly small either. They're actually pretty good size. This room also feels very light and bright, and it does feel very spacious. Hello. I love the Jack and Jill bathroom. You don't see these very often, but of course attached to each of the bedrooms here. Are we allowed to call it Jack and Jill bathrooms anymore? I don't know, but I am. Whatever. You've got your full bath here. Dual vanity, which is fantastic when you're sharing with your roomies. Another bedroom here. Very spacious. I mean, very spacious. And, you know, pretty decent closet for a bedroom too. And we're gonna walk out to our maze. We could either go upstairs, which we're not gonna do yet. We can look at our little office space here. This is a really nice way to use this area. I mean, this floor plan has a lot of storage already, so this might be a good use of space. I'm sure you could change that if you wanted. We're gonna head into the laundry room because of course we have one. Yay! No window in this one, but at least you can put a full-size washer dryer in here. And I'm sorry, I think I said one of them had included washer dryer. This is not included. It's a decorator item. But now into the primary suite. This one is huge, huge. It just feels so grand. They really did nice lighting fixtures in these homes. This one has a nice big walk-in closet, a window, so you can look at the park. Well, this specific floor plan has a great view because it's right in front of the park. I think this is the biggest closet out of all of them. And into the master bath. This is very similar to the last one. Maybe less dead space, but you know, you've got a pretty big shower. I think the other shower was bigger, and you've got your toilet room here, nice and secluded. But wait, there's more. So that's the way we came up. Okay, we came up the stairs on that side, right? But now we're gonna go up the other side because we have to go up one more flight of stairs. Because yes, there's still one more bedroom and a bonus room. This is such a nice bedroom. It's huge. I would say this is like another primary suite. This is huge. I mean, you can absolutely fit a king size bed. That is a queen, but it's got a nice size closet in there, and you've got a full bathroom as well. And then as you walk out, you have, of course, more storage, especially in a big house like this. You're gonna have a big family. You're gonna have a lot of stuff. This bonus room is so rad. So the downstairs living area was pretty small. This is probably where you're gonna have a lot of people gather. Movie nights, get some good cocktails. This is the spot where everyone chills. To top it off, you've got your balcony space. This is fantastic. I mean, it is summer right now. We've got this wonderful summer breeze coming in. I can only imagine what this would be at night. Put some string lights up in here. And of course, this one, again, let's just admire the view. This is fantastic. It's a pretty cool floor plan. Now, all right, so that was the last of the floor plans. So let's talk about them. Now that we're all done checking out the floor plans, let's talk about them. We are still in Residence 4. This one is such a cool floor plan, so I decided, why don't we just stay here and hang out a little longer? Let's talk about the differences of each. So each of the 3 bedrooms, those are interior units. So unfortunately, those ones are never gonna be on the end, so you're not gonna have the extra windows, the extra light. So that might be a con for you, maybe not, because the price point's a little bit better on those. Residents 1 and 2 are gonna be on the lower end. They're gonna be in the low to mid 900,000s. Whereas the 4 bedrooms, the plan 3 and plan 4, those ones are going to be in the millions. So nothing seems to be going above 1.1, which is great. But of course, if you're adding upgrades to the home, your price could change. So of course, the base price does not include upgrades. You do get a lot of upgrades with these Lennar homes, but if you wanted to upgrade the flooring to not just the basic tile and carpet, I would definitely suggest doing that. It makes it a lot easier to move in, but you can always do that on your own later on. I know when I bought my condo, it took me, I'd say 5 years to change the flooring, but it was so worth it. I'm glad that I did. So I ended up getting a dog, you see my Toby, and he peed all over the carpet. So I was so happy to rip that out and put in new flooring, and then he's super well-behaved, super potty trained. So now my flooring looks fantastic. But I'm just going on a tangent now. Let's get back to the model homes. I feel like as we were going into each model, starting at 1, going up to 4, everything just kept getting more grand, more grand, more grand. And of course, we're getting into bigger floor plans. Now, of course, the number 1 is gonna be the most economical. That one starts in the lower price point, so in the 900,000. That one was 1,665 square feet, and it has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. And the fact that it has the downstairs den is really nice, because you never know, 3 bedrooms may not be enough, but it's nice to have a little extra office space, or maybe like a craft room or something, so you don't have to use the other bedroom. So that's a really nice feature about really all of these floor plans. And I feel like plan number 2 was basically the same floor plan, just on a bigger scale than residence 1. So that was another about 200 square feet bigger. That was 1,847 square feet, but also 3 beds, 2.5 baths, and with that downstairs space. But the plan 2, what I really liked about that one is how I felt like the kitchen was just so grand. It just felt so big. There was so much storage, and it just felt like the perfect size. And then plan 3 and 4 definitely switched things up. Now, both of these are end units, so if you like a lot of natural light in, these are the ones that you need to be looking at, but of course, they're gonna be in the higher price range. The plan 3, I do love that it has the bedroom downstairs. It's a nice separation from the rest of the bedrooms. Like, let's say you've got family staying over or something like that, or maybe you're renting out a room. That's a great spot for somebody. I do really like that, and it's got the full bathroom downstairs. The second level is also a really nice floor plan. It's very open with the natural light coming in with all the windows. It's fantastic. The kitchen is lovely. It just feels so grand in that floor plan. And then, of course, the 3rd floor with all the bedrooms up there. And this is the first one with an actual laundry room, which of course, I appreciate. And that one had a window in it, so that was kind of nice. It's like these little features that are kind of cool. Okay, the primary bathroom that shower was huge. But anyway, and then number 4 is just so different. We see a lot of the same mix of floor plans in tri-level condos. I mean, how many different variations can you really make? It's nice to see that they actually put the living space on the 1st level. Now, of course, the con of that is it is a little bit smaller of a space, but the mix of this specific floor plan is just so different that I feel like it's not even a con, because you have so much more space, so much extra storage, just really cool features, and then it's so different. As I mentioned, we're still in Residence 4 and we're in the bonus room. And this bonus room is just such a great space, especially with the oversized deck, and it's nice and covered, so you're not gonna have the sun beating on you. So it is really nice, really spacious, and the tall ceilings really, really make every room feel even bigger. So this is definitely a floor plan if you've got a big family, if you got roommates, if you got family staying over, you like to have parties. This is definitely a good floor plan for that. And of course, you have all the natural light coming in since you're an end unit. So out of all of these 4 floor plans, I don't know if I can really pick a favorite, because yes, the first 2 were very similar, but they're all so different. So 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, they're all so different. I would say number 4 surprised me the most, but I think I actually like number 3. But I definitely want to know what you think, and if you want to take a look at these in person, make sure to click my Calendly link in the description below to set up an appointment with me. And if there's any other communities that you'd like me to tour for you, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to make a video on it. All right, well, we'll see you next time, Anaheim. Thanks for stopping by.